Dear Lord, if there's anybody trying to disrupt this, well, trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. So, hello everybody, welcome to part 7D, America's Sinister Plans, America's Sinister Classified Plans, Declassified, Switzerland. So, I'm working on the combination state of Texas and Switzerland. And I guess Switzerland is where these secret society elites go to get dirty. And when I say dirty, I mean that in a literal sense. BLOOD. Okay? Like, oh my goodness. I guess that's the party site. The party site. To each their own. Just never ever 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 invite me. Oh, we gonna have problems. Okay? Just name any type of corruption and basically Switzerland is where it's at. Alright? And the type of information that came out about Switzerland in part 7C, it doesn't surprise me because they came out in combination with the worst of the worst, okay? Right to the head of the chain, the food chain, the pyramid, whatever you want to call it. They're associated with the secret society bosses who are affiliated with the state of Texas. So the fact that them type of nasty reports are coming out, it doesn't even surprise me. You know, I knew that this part of the investigations would be very interesting. That's why I was like, let's get ready to rumble and all that nonsense. Okay, I knew it. It's still disgusting to read, and this is why I don't really get involved in reading for politicians and like the upper echelon of society. I mean, people in the lower parts, they indulge in some of this too, but not like them who in the upper echelon of society. Okay? So many people desire to be amongst the in crowd. So many people want to get in the club. Do you really want to get in the secret society club? If you knew what it really was, you probably wouldn't. Okay? They only look good on the outside, the inside, mentally, spiritually, they are filthy. Okay? They are the devil's playground. Okay? So if you're into that, then yes, you want to get with them. If you're not into that, you do not want part of being in that upper echelon of society. Okay? It's better that you just be yourself where you're at. Right? So stop trying to get into these secret clubs and shit, because if you know what they're doing in these secret clubs that get you noticed in society, you'd be appalled. And besides, like God said to them in the state of Texas part of the reading, I think part 7B, yes, doing all this horribleness, they used to benefit from it, but now it has become a curse to them. We're heading into a time of creation's story where badness is literally out of style. It's null and void. Okay? Right now, goodness is what's back in. If you want to gain anything in this world, positivity is what's going to get it for you. Okay? Maybe up to last year, negativity could get you these things, but we have definitely slipped into a new time. Okay? The energies have changed in the earth, and badness is gonna get you exactly what badness is supposed to get you, more badness. Okay, and goodness gonna get you exactly what goodness is supposed to get you in these times, which is more goodness. So things are being put aright in the earth. So it's either you get with it or you're gonna get lost in the fuckery. Okay? And try it out and you'll see. If you don't believe what I'm saying, try it and you'll see. Because that's what all these readings been telling them. So they can't say that they didn't get the message. When I listen to my other readers, they're saying the same shit. And we are not linked to each other like that. And I'm definitely not copying anybody. And the people I listen to as tarot readers, they are not the type to copy. We are all originals. Okay? Top of the class. So we can't all be getting the same message and it be wrong. So like I said, if you don't believe, try and see. The ICC, the International Criminal Court, is actually starting to do what they're supposed to do. So many countries, so many political systems are separating themselves from USA. USA was once a giant, big brother. Okay? And now so many of them are coming to see that big brother is a bad influence. And they no longer want to associate. So now people are starting to separate themselves. You know what kind of change that is going to cause in society? People are taking back control of their own destinies, their own fates and stuff. Okay? The so-called leaders. We soon can't call them so-called anymore because they're actually taking measures to do what they swore to do, which is to look after we the people. Okay? So you'll soon see. It takes time for these things to manifest. If I didn't do these readings, I wouldn't know that there's so many changes, so many positive changes politically going on. Yeah? How often do you see politicians actually activate their conscience? That's what's happening in these times. On a large scale, not a small one. Actually using their conscience instead of prioritizing their pockets and their status. Praise the Lord. Things are changing. People are finding their way out of the darkness. And what was revealed in a lot of these readings that I did in this Classified Plans, America's Classified Plans Declassified series is a lot of them were misled by their elders and their peers. So it's like they never really got a chance. So you see, when you shut yourself off to a little part of the world, well, not really, because it just depends on whose opinion you prioritize. So they were prioritizing the opinions of people that they trusted, and the people that they trusted, they were no good. So now that they've walked in the advice of those who guided them on how to be a politician, now that they've experienced it for themselves, they're starting to see, oh shit, yeah, no. I thought okay, that I was going the right way, but I don't like this. I don't like how it feels. I don't like the results that I'm getting. I don't like the the um the image of myself that I see when I look in the mirror, and there's no way to escape self. So it's like one must change from within, so that when you look in the mirror, you're proud of who you see. Your children are proud of you, because walking in that darkness is only it only creates chaos and enemies and a guilty conscience, you know. So they tried it, realized, yeah, no, this path is not the path that I want to be on, because I'm not getting the kind of results that I hope to get. Because like I said, anybody, if you get into teaching in your innocent days, I should say, when you get into teaching, it's because you love children and you have a desire to help your society to progress in that respect. If you become a doctor, it's because you love to heal people. If you become a policeman, it's because you like to bring order to society. If you become a chef, it's because you like to feed people. But what does it do to a person when you get to become a teacher and realize that your task is actually to deceive the children or limit the children rather than help them to develop and grow to their fullest potential while they're in your care? What happens when you become a doctor and you realize your job is to write false prescriptions or give people half of the information that they need on how to care for themselves? Why? Because we live in a society that's money over everything. So every every structure that's put together in this society puts money first, profit first. Is it? So when you become whatever makes your heart sing, and you finally get into that industry and you realize, oh damn, I can't even be who I want to be. I can't express myself the way that I want to express myself. That's crippling. But then, because the money was looking so good, it's like, okay, I can sacrifice that because I'm getting money anyway, and it's money that I really wanted. But doing that after a time, and you see the accumulation of destruction, the accumulation of pushing everything out of whack, putting society itself out of alignment with what it should actually look like, it becomes too much after a while. And that's when the conscience start kicking in, because now you can't live with yourself. How can you live if you can't live with yourself? It's easy to not be able to live with somebody else, but when you are your problem, then you have a real problem. Then you need some different kind of solutions. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we got going on in the earth on a large scale right now. Okay. People just can't live with themselves the way that they're carrying on anymore. They want change. Even some of the people of the state of Texas that's part of this secret society, they don't want to do that shit no more. So like some of the members of the Ku Klux Klan and all these other secret organizations that are built on terrorizing other people, they don't want to do that anymore. It's tiring, it's draining, and now it's fruitless. It's not bringing in any money. And it's resting on their conscience. Their children are growing up to be with other people, so now their children are falling in love with people of all races, so they can't let their children know what they do. You know what I'm saying? They can't preach racism to their children, and they just accept that shit anymore. The children that are being born today are born with more of a pushed to have minds of their own, to make their own decisions, because we're so mixed. Okay, so because we're mixed, we get to experience each other. So grandma, grandpa, mommy, or daddy can't come tell me this about a whole nation of people and I just accept it when I've gone to school with them. I've gone to university with them. I've gone to college with them. Surely it's not all of them. And actually I like some of them. So it's like, how can you truly be a racist when you know what I'm saying? You love the culture of different people. You have fun together. So imagine what these racists are trying to compete with is freedom, fun, laughter, good times, regardless of your race. So you go to college and university, school and preschool and all these things with these other people of different nationalities, and you just become friends just like that. There's nothing special to it. I just like you because you're kind to me. I like you because you're cool. I think you're cool. You know what I'm saying? And then you go home and they're trying to force you to hate that same person that brings you such joy, while they themselves don't bring you joy. Your grandparents who are teaching you to be racist and stay away from this person and stay away from that person, they don't bring you that type of joy. They don't encourage your heart to sing. It's the atmosphere in the house is dreary and dark. Darkness can't compare with light. Hatred can't compare with love. There's no competition. You see what I'm saying? There's no competition. So the generations that are being raised today, they're not into all that hatred and all that dumb shit. Don't nobody care about that. So all these older generations, they've already been programmed like that, so they could keep it up. Some of them anyway, because some of them love their children and their other family members and friends too much to keep this shit up. It's pointless. So there's major changes going on to our societal structure, and it's gonna have a knock-on effect on just about every sector of society. You're gonna see it. And it should. It's time. When it's time for darkness again, then let the darkness reign. To each their own. But right now, let the light reign. It's time for light. It's time for love. It's time for happiness. It's time for building. It's time for God. It's time to be gracious to God. It's time to be grateful to God. It's time to recognize God. Or the universe, or the ancestors, or the archangels, or however it is that you understand that superpower concept that guides you and protects you and provides for you. That thing need to be recognized. It is time. Money over everything. No. Money can't compare to love. Money can't compare to good friends. Money can't compare to a happy family home. Money can't compare to certain things, bruv. Let's be real. Money make these things better. But foundationally, money doesn't bring us the type of satisfaction that our souls yearn for. You know? It doesn't fill that gap. There's a gap that money cannot fill because something else is meant to be there. So money can't sit in its seat. It has to be that thing, and what that thing is love, light, friendship, laughter, good vibes, positive vibes. Money can't replace positive vibes. You can have all the money in the world and don't have no real fucking friends. You're a lonely person. And that loneliness is gonna see you probably just light your whole bundle of money in the house with you in it. Be like, what the fuck is all this for? This is nonsense. I'm out. Yeah, everything up in flames. Because your soul is not satisfied. Money cannot satisfy the soul. It took some people long to discover that, but finally, people are getting it. Money cannot satisfy the soul. We are beings of love. And that's just what it is. Even when somebody's loving us and we don't want them to know that we're enjoying it, we save our smiles until later when we reflect. Because some people don't even want to smile. But they do on the inside. All when they're acting like they're the toughest thing in the world. There's something that makes them smile. There's somebody who brings joy to their soul. You know? It's time to be true to ourselves. Don't ask me what God is doing here. I'm just following instructions, okay? I'm running out of space on my board. I don't know, maybe somebody's trying to interfere with this reading, so God is trying to throw them for a loop. And that's the reason why this is being done like this. Because after what was revealed yesterday, I imagine Switzerland don't want no more bad publicity. Eh? You do the crime, you do the time, bro. And sis. Eh? I didn't tell you to live like that. You chose that lifestyle. Now you don't want it to be shown in the light. You don't like when we shine the light on you. I had to read that shit. Okay? Alright. Although I stay so far from that, by reading for you guys, I still come into contact with that fuckery. I didn't appreciate that either. So if I have to suffer, you have to suffer. Shit. You did it. And that's the only way that I could be reading about it. That's how you live. God don't lie. This is not for entertainment purposes. Interesting. Wait, okay. Very interesting. I just work here. Who's playing around? You can't win, you know. They tried it with the Mexico reading as well. Mexico and whoever came out with Mexico. I think it was the United States. Yeah. You can't win. Against God, you're powerless. Okay, so at the bottom, we got select a news article and use it as the subject matter for your next project. I thought about it. But I don't want to fight you. I thought about it. Because you be talking a lot of shit on the news and it's like, should we just, you know, should we just disrupt everything, disrupt the whole narrative, you know? Elon Musk, Trump. But I don't want to. So I'm not well, I don't think I'm going to. Because I'm not trying to annoy you, but you annoy me on a daily basis without mercy. You've kind of quietened down a little bit over the last couple of days. But I don't want to, because I can. It's a great idea. It's great for my ratings. Even though I don't get paid for these YouTube videos, it'll be striking blows back at you in retaliation for all the sufferation that you've caused me and my child over these years. And all the people who choose to love me, you made their way hard, you hurt their children, you did all type of shit. It would be great for that, but it's not my style, you see. I want to finish this series so bad so I could get back to just reading for the regular people. Let's see what's going on in our world, in our personal worlds, that is. I don't want to be reading about politics and geopolitics and secret societies. Well, not these you big ones anyway, that's into that really dark shit. I don't like it. But that's a great idea. Is that what you're afraid of? Is that what you think I'm gonna do next? You're smart. But I don't want to. Did you know that part? When you thought about this idea, did you take the time to acknowledge that she doesn't want to? Did you know that I don't want to do that? Tell the truth. Did you know that I don't want to do this? Although I can. And I probably should. I don't want to. I want you to do you and leave me so I can do me. That's what I want. I don't trouble you, you don't trouble me. That's what I want. I'm doing these readings because you troubled me too much. And I need to do something to defend myself because you'll never stop. So I had to take this tone with you. Reveal all this shit to the world because you thought I was joking when I said I have access to all of your files. No matter what part of the world you're in. No matter what time. Future, past, and present. I have access to the information. Are you hearing me? I have that type of power. God gave me that. So select a news article and use it as a subject matter for your next project. That's the topic of discussion for this part of your reading. Let me wipe my nose again because it's itching. So, I am not your problem. You are your problem. Okay? Okay. Look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Change your image. You see that? If you don't do it, I can't undo it. If you're not guilty of it, it won't come up in my readings. If it doesn't exist, it won't come up in my readings. But if you're gonna be bold enough to do some dumb shit, be bold enough to have it exposed to the light. Exposed to everyone. Okay? If you don't like how you look in public based on the stuff that you do in the dark, maybe you should change what you be doing in the dark. So that way anything's being exposed in the light will be things you're proud of. Are you understanding? Okay. So we got focus on a new album. I made this deck to help musicians, but this can be used in the context of politics and your own personal life and all that. Okay, so we're gonna take it that way. So focus on a new album. An album is a selection of songs that each one they have their own. It could be their own topic, or it could just be expounding on one topic, but it's just additional information. Okay, so a new one means not what has been done before. So if you don't like who you are now, it's time to create a new you. Okay, a new husband type of you, a new father type of you, a new friend type of you, a new you understand what I'm saying? So all the areas of your life, it's time for you to become a new person, a new man or a new woman. Change your image. If you are not happy for your beliefs to be put on public display, then there's something wrong with your beliefs. Why are you hiding? You are a different person now. Let that person lead the way into the next chapter of your career. They will like it. So, like I said, things are changing. You need to become a new person. Stop trying to hold on to the past, because you're only going to hurt yourself and those that you love. That part of life is over. That part of the story is over. It's time to become a new version of yourself. A better mother or father, a better husband or wife, a better politician, a better whatever you do for work, a better son or daughter, a better uncle or auntie, a better grandma or grandpa. It's time. Don't let the saboteurs or enemies of your progress interrupt your focus. That speaks for itself. Become who you want to become. Become the better version of yourself without apology. Okay? Because that's the season that we're in. Move with the times or get fucked up. Write it raw, then keep it clean. So this is basically saying just free flow, like in your mind. So it's like creating who you are in your mind, taking time to think about who you are so that when you manifest it in public, it doesn't come off the wrong way. Okay? So it's saying not to just fly off the handle and be forceful about who you are now, how you speak to people. Remember, God was saying that yesterday in the first part C. How you speak to people will make all the difference as to how this transition goes. How you choose to feel about people. There's no need for the hatred. Okay, it's your life. And if you're ready to change into what nobody has ever seen you be before, they don't need to understand you. It's your life. You're here to please your God. You're not here to please your neighbor or your friends who have known you for 50 years and they've never seen this side of you. Fuck all that. At some point, life changes you. And this is that point. Do so without apology. At some point, the circumstances of life become so powerful that you have no choice but to go with the flow. You cannot swim against the tide. And this is that time. Let them swim against the tide if they want to. Let them keep lying to themselves if they want to. Let them keep forcing to keep up hatred and darkness if they want to. You're not responsible for them. And they're not responsible for you. They have to answer to God for themselves, and you have to answer to God for yourself. So take care of your redemption. Right? And as you saw me show you before, it's all about you becoming a person. It's time to change your image. Okay? We got sing about your culture, the bad and the good. Historically, present day, and futuristic. So this is creating the life that you want. Respecting who you were, whether it's something that's taboo or not. Respect who you were. You had that experience. All of us can't say that we had that experience, so we don't know what the fuck that's like. Okay? So respect your bloody days. Respect it. I didn't stutter. Respect it. You are who you are. And everything that you've been is what's making you who you are going to become. So whether we like our past or not, everything that has happened to us up until this point is the accumulation of what has formed us up until this point. So let's be grateful for the good and the bad. Let's respect our past, our present, and decide what we want to be in the future. Okay? You have been granted divine authority to be controversial. You got special anointment, like I say, without apology. Without apology, you can do this. You don't have to answer to nobody. If they speak to you with respect, then you can respectfully speak back to them. If they're pushing violence or hatred, you walk away. You don't have time for that shit. When you grow the fuck up, then you can check me, talk to me then. That's what you should say to them. Okay? Because if you're talking to me to gain clarity, then that's one thing. But if you're talking down at me, or if you're judging me without even understanding who I am and why I became who I became and why I'm doing this and what my plans are for the future, your lack of disrespect for me is going to make me not respect you. And what it is what it is. If you don't want it, don't give it to me. If you don't want it for yourself, don't give it to me. Find ways to get people to hear and understand your lyrics. They will like it. You see? Talk to me. Don't cuss at me. Don't judge me. Don't mock me. If you want to understand me, speak to me, because I've been speaking to myself, trying to understand myself, and I know why I do most of the things that I do. And some of the things that I do when I don't know why I do is because I feel like it's the right thing to do. And that's what I'm going to say to you, because that's my truth. I'll never have all the answers. We never have all the answers. Sometimes you just know. You know, you may not have all the full explanations as to why you're choosing to do this or be that. It just feels right. So you go that way. Okay? So, and it's saying make songs for working out or exercise. I'm getting like people following your footsteps, taking charge of their own destiny. The exercise is practicing to be the new you. Working things out. When you speak to people and they understand you, that encourages change. You know, people talk about baptism And they say how you're baptized with water. Water can't baptize nobody. You know what changes us? The word. We are baptized by the word. You see, these holy books, people need to be mindful of what they choose to take and what they choose to leave. If it don't make sense, it's because it was put there to deceive us. Because at the end of the day, who printed out these books? It's men and women like ourselves who are impure. Who translated these books? Impure men and women with agendas. And they put that shit in print, and because they say nothing should be taken from it and nothing should be added to it, you really believe that they didn't take anything or added anything to it? Y'all need to get real. I see some people using some verses in the Bible to justify some stupid shit that don't make sense in a reality. And even if it was true back then, that shit is not true now. You need to drop it. Because if you try some of them foolishness on me, it's not going to work. We're going to have problems. I promise you. So the world needs to hear your view. Well, it's saying on homosexuality, but it's on everything. I'm getting more than just that topic, but that's what the card says. But the world needs to hear your view on everything. Where you've been, where you're at now, where you hope to go. So, let's move on to your next message. It's time for change. That's that. The problem why people don't love godliness is because they think it's boring. Y'all don't even know what godliness is, though. That's the truth of the matter. You've never taken time to get to know God for yourself, to find out what God is cool with and what God is not. You get your information from other people, and these other people get their information from these holy books, and that's where the problem comes in. So you lock yourself off in these little boxes, thinking that you're serving God when you're really actually serving man's perception of God. But the truth of the matter is, everybody's supposed to have their own personal relationship with their God, and let God tell you what is cool and what is not. That's how that's supposed to work. It's not a one size fits all. Some people are meant to be passive, some people are meant to be aggressive. We are all representations of God. The question is, what did God put inside you? What aspects of God do each of us represent? That's what makes life beautiful. Because I'm a Rastafarian and I like short shorts. But according to the Rastafarian culture, you're not supposed to wear short shorts. So why am I cool with short shorts? And I could justify why I like short shorts. I like short shorts because sometimes it's hot and I want some air on my body. I like short shorts because I eat well and my skin look good. And I want people to see what the Lord has done for me. How can I be a representation of God and I have myself covered from head to toe? Nobody can ever see me, really. That don't make no sense to me. I would imagine if God is doing something great in you, God wants you to show it off and glorify God in the process. God bossy, you know? God is boastful. Who you think made boastfulness? You think is we make it up? God make up boastfulness. Anything you could think of, God is the epitome of that. Anything good and anything bad you can think of, God is the epitome of that. That's what God is. God is the creator of darkness and light. The author of good and evil. It's the truth. Duality. God is boastful. God loves people sing its praises. The same way we love people to sing our praises and recognize our good works. If you're on demon time, God more demon time than you. God is the epitome of everything you can think of and things you can't think of. That's what God is. You being on demon time in the past, it was cool. But if you feel in your soul that it's not time for you to be like that anymore, it's because it's not time for you to be like that anymore. That behavior is not going to benefit you going forward. You're being called to change. You feel it. You know it. Everything around you, it highlights that for you. That's how you know. You're on the wrong path now. You were on the right path with the demon time, fine. But the era of that has come to an end. It's time to grow up, time to change, time to morph, time to transform into something more beautiful. Enjoy your new life, man. Your new friends, your new environments, your new experiences. Okay? And stay fit and healthy so you can live really long. It's a plea for help. Your soul don't want it anymore. It was great while you were on it. It was fun. Now that shit is over. It's time for your next chapter of your life. You're like, fuck all that. Yeah. It was creating a false sense of security. You don't feel secure in that lifestyle anymore. That shit is over. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Rebelling to maintain their parental rights. You are in control of your life now. Nobody is in control of you but your God or your guides. Whatever you choose to help get you to the next chapter of your life, that thing, you're rolling with that thing now. Let the past be the past, and you don't need to give nobody no excuses. It's your life, it's your experience. Respect it, and other people will respect it too. You're not that person anymore. That's why you start feeling it in your soul. You start feeling it within. You're not that anymore. It doesn't please you anymore. Follow the call of your soul. That's why I tell people, we of the light and the people of the darkness, we're not better than the other. None of us are better than the other. None of us are more favored than the other. There's a time for darkness and there's a time for light. Pick your side and represent for your side. You know? Because what would the light be without the darkness? The children of the light, what would the children of the light be without the children of the darkness? The children of the light would be bored. No purpose, because everything is perfect and in order. We need the children of the darkness to create some problems for us, so we got some shit to live for. We got some shit to do. You know what I'm saying? But they're going too far. It's time to stop now. You're getting on my nerves. Turn that shit down. Fuck. Turn on the lights. Too much darkness is not good. Shit. Stop. Too much trouble is not good. And what would the children of the darkness be without the children of the light? They'd be bored too. Because there's nobody to shut their shit down. They love a challenge. The body and the mind were made to work. We both love the challenge. It gives us reason to live. So back the fuck up off me, because I'm tired of y'all now. Okay? I want my man. That me want. I want to live some business life and some family life. And I want to think about my health and try to take care of my health and my family and shit like that. I don't want to be fighting demons. I'm sick of y'all now. Y'all are boring me. This is how I spend my days. Blowing my fucking nose and rolling them little fucking weaponized particles off my bumper clothes. Eh? Yes, I'm good at it. I know I'm good at it, but you need to think about how it makes me feel as well, reading this dark shit. Okay? You saw how I got yesterday when I had to be reading it. It affects me. I would prefer not to be reading it. Okay? I need peace in my soul. I already don't have peace in my soul because you people make it your business to make sure that I don't have peace. I don't want to have to come out here to do my job, and I'm dedicating my energy, my time, my space to the same shit that's annoying me all day every day. I prefer not to. Okay? Reading for regular people is an escape. I'm so good at it. I wish you'd be good at playing your fucking part, so my part won't be so hard. Bumbleclot, be nice to me. That's how you play your part. Treat me with some respect. Don't make me miserable. Let me take up my cigarette to smoke, and it's a clean smoke. Not poisons to ruin my teeth and ruin my belly and ruin my ovaries and ruin my this and ruin my bumbleclot that. Shit. I need to concentrate now. Stop talking to me. I'm not making my own money. I don't have no bank account. Eh? My name is an official document saying I'm a horrible tenant. I can't go to the dentist and get these fucking problems that you've been creating in my mouth fixed in peace. Eh? And you think I'm gonna be happy to read for people like you? I know I do it well. I make you feel free. I make you feel comfortable. Eh? You spend all your time and invest all your money trying to make me feel like trash. Stop it. All your time and your money and your energy trying to come up with new ways to make me feel like trash. That's what you do. Acting like you don't need me. acting like I'm disposable. It's a good thing God preserved me. God saved you from your dumb self. No, God saved you from your dumb self. That's why God protect me. Because God is like, you don't even know what's good for you. Trying to destroy me. That's why I stopped reading for you people, because it's like, your hope for me is for me to either be in the grave, locked away in a mental asylum somewhere, or dead. That was your wish for me. Crazy, jail, or dead. Those were your 3 wishes for me. For how many years? Since 2008, you guys have been active in my life. It's 2024 now. 2025. There was no stopping for you in sight if I didn't do this. Y'all fight against me, y'all set traps me, you do all type of thing to me, you use all kind of people against me, you tell lies on me, all sorts, and I'm not doing anything to you people. I'm just over here trying to live my life. And that don't give you a clue that, yo, this girl is not a problem. Not for 1 second any of you stop to think and acknowledge the fact that I'm not doing anything. In the first place, when all this started, is you send people and send human rights documents and started getting Jackai and them other people to get me to go to these police community meetings and all this stuff, getting me roped into this shit. Eh? So you created the shit, and because I responded to it positively, I got involved. You thought, oh, she's one of them. What the fuck you know about me? You don't know me. I didn't know you. I didn't understand you. I didn't know what you were about. I'm not interested in politics. You didn't give me a chance to grow and manifest who I actually am. You put these people and these circumstances in my way to manipulate my path. And then when I clung to it, you're thinking, yeah, that's who I am. And now that I'm smart enough to make my own choices, you see that that's not who I am at all. That's not what I want at all. I don't care. I don't know what type of study that was. That was nonsense. And that's what put us on this trajectory, because of how I responded to those first tests that you sent to me. You thought you knew me. You don't know me. I didn't just become kind and sweet and understanding and patient just now. I've always been kind. If somebody would speak to me, I can use my own discernment and decide. But no. That's not how you want to approach things. You want to come with all type of fucking tricks. All type of tests. And then based on how I respond, you categorize me. You've never seen anybody like me before. You don't know me. You don't get to judge who I am. I will tell you who I am. So at the bottom of the deck, we got rebelling for better working contract terms. That's the subject matter of this part of your message. Rebelling for better working contract terms. Deciding on your own way. How you make your money. What you do and what you don't do. to make your money. Taking control. I blew my nose so much my nose is dry. Taking control of how you go about making your money. The things you do and don't do. So we got rebelling for better pay. We got create a false sense of security. It's a plea for help. And rebelling for freedom of artistic expression. And we got rebelling for better working contract terms. The underlying issue is fulfilling their end of the bribe. And it's a positive bribe. A positive bribe is rebelling to include God worship. So you want the freedom to be respectful to your own morals. You want to be able to do your job and still feel good about yourself after the job is done, basically. So that's what this is about. So like I say, if you're a teacher, it's because you wanted to be a positive influence in the lives of children. You wanted to make them into their better versions of themselves. Then you get into the industry and they're telling you you have to tell your little boys that they can be girls if they want to, and you have to tell your little girls they can be boys if they want to. Eh? I don't know how many genders they say there are. But teaching, you realize that you go in there and have to teach the children nonsense. Even if you're a math teacher, the way that you come to because I see math has changed since I've been to school, and it was much simpler then, and now they've got the children doing some real rigmarole shit just to get to certain answers, and it's like, what are you trying to do to their minds? Why? I don't understand. Then you take shit like home economics out the house, so the little experienced children would get with like textiles and cooking food and stuff like out the house, out the school. It's certain things that you should be keeping in school. So it's like the objective of school is no longer to help children to become the better versions of themselves. Your mission is completely different no matter what you say your mission is. It's clear to the eye. Your actions tell a different story. Okay? Everybody is not meant to be academic. Some people are better with their hands. As a matter of fact, from we're very tiny, I think that when it comes to schooling, certain things should be standard, compulsory. But then certain things you don't have to get involved in if it doesn't have anything to do with what you want to do in your life. I feel like schooling should be geared towards what your child is naturally interested in, as well as the language and mathematics. Them things are compulsory, but let your child start his or her journey in what they're interested in from their little. Don't waste 16 years of their life getting involved in shit that they don't even care about. And then is when they're gonna start to get involved in what they actually were born to do. That don't make no sense. That's backward. But that's taking me way off course. But what I'm trying to say is, whatever you choose to be, whether you're a doctor, if you're a doctor, you got into it because you want to heal people, not because you want to put money in the medical, the corporate side of the medical industry people in pocket. Your objective was never to make them rich. Your objective was to make people well. And you want to be able to do that. If you're a politician, your objective was never to suppress or oppress the people. Your objective was to help to make your community a better place. That's why you got involved. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is saying. You want to be able to do what you chose to do as a job without you feeling morally drained or inadequate, or without making your job give you a guilty conscience and heart palpitations and high blood pressure and all that shit. It's not worth it. You want to be free. You want to be free to yourself and free to your conscience. You want to be making friends, not enemies. Because when people come into your office and you're telling them nonsense, they know when you're telling them nonsense, and right there you start making enemies. When they see you outside in public, they're like, this is the person who work in the government office telling me about blah, 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 whatever fuckeries they tell you for tell the people. Eh? That'll piss them off and they'll target you because you are the face of the company chatting that shit in their ear. Excuse me, you're trying to stop all these things. If you're an ombudsman, you come to reclaim things when people claim say you have debt and whatnot. People become angry at you because you're coming to their house taking their things, especially if they know they're not guilty, like in my case. Eh? They stop paying me, the state stopped paying me my money because they claim say that I'm making too much money when they know that they kept my pay at a certain cap. The secret society people, you kept my pay capped at a certain amount, so every week I get like £350 or some shit like that, or less. I realize that my paycheck is supposed to fluctuate. Sometimes it's supposed to make plenty more, sometimes it's supposed to make less. But when it comes to how good I am at what I do, I'm supposed to be in the higher regions maximum percent of the time. But y'all wanted to make my life difficult, so you just cut me off of benefits. You stopped my housing benefit. You stopped my child benefit. No, not child benefit. Child tax credit or whatever. Something. You stopped that. And then I had to now use whatever little bit of money you know you're allowing me to make to do all the things that I need to do. So then my council tax, I couldn't pay the required amount for the council tax. So then y'all start sending ombudsman to come reclaim my things, making me have to pay back whole almost £1,000 or something like that. If I'm an unreasonable person, I'd watch that person as the enemy, because it's like they're sending you here to do a job you don't even know that you're doing the devil's work. It's unfair to me. So an unreasonable person would probably fight that person. Because I know you're being unfair to me. And he's the representative, so I don't really give a fuck. If I was to be in my human energy instead of in my divine energy, I wouldn't give a fuck, because you choose to work for that company. Maybe you need to have a different job. If you don't want to be put in predicaments like this, you should have a different job. Because if you come here representing them, you can take the licks for them. You can take the ass whooping on their behalf. They're your peoples, aren't they? Don't tell me you're just doing your fucking job. I'm just standing up for my rights. How about that? You're lucky I'm a reasonable woman. Or humble woman, more like. Not even reasonable, because the reasonable thing was for me to not give no £50 per week. Because I know how I got into that position. But I could take them L's. I'm going to take them L's because I know there's a time. Your bad karma is just accumulating, just building up, just building up, just building up, just building up, just building up. And December 25th, 2024, it was your day. That was your day of payback. It's time to pay. Karma has arrived. Your turn. Your number is up. All that money that you took from me, all my friendships that you fuck up, all the family associations that you fuck up, my home that you took from me. What else? All the difficulty that you made me experience, my bank account that you shut down for no reason. I'm sure if I tried to get my passport right now, you're gonna make my journey hard. I can't even get my passport because I don't have no money to pay for no fucking passport. I'm not even making 1 pence of my own money. Everything is on Malika. It's Malika's money. I'm not gonna expect Malika to pay for my way through life. All them things that you were doing to me, it's time to pay up. It's payback time. Same way you made me lose money, the same way your organization gonna be losing money with all these truths that are being revealed. People are understanding the system a lot more. They know who are friends, who are enemies, who's on the path to betterment, who's staying in the dark. A lot of things have been revealed in these readings. So they're helping to make those changes. Your organization is breaking down. You deserve it. You deserve it. The same way you made me suffer is the same way by right. You deserve to suffer at this time. You deserve to pay. Because we all see that you had no intention to discipline yourself. So I had to step up and discipline you by the power of God vested in me. Okay, you can't hear stop. I deserve better. Okay, so the subject matter we got not gonna happen. Interesting. Okay, so something is not gonna happen. Okay. So you think something is not gonna happen, but God begged to differ. God says soon. You should consult God if you think it's best. So God ain't even forcing you to reach out. The door is open. The phone lines of communication, they're open. You could be on your toilet and you're talking to your God. You could be in the middle of sexing somebody and you're talking to your God. God don't discriminate. So, the underlying issue we got, is your query a reflection of your hopes or of your fears? So there's something that you're thinking about and you feel like it's not gonna happen, but God says you don't really know what's gonna happen, do you? So you need to come talk to me if you think it's best. Mm? So there's something that you're worried about, Switzerland, and God is asking you to look inside yourself and find out, is it a reflection of your hopes or of your fears? Woo! Interesting. What do we have here? Okay, I see why. When you've had enough, leave. Simple. God is like, fuck all the other shit. Hey. As I forget all that other stuff, this is what I want to tell you. When you had enough, leave, bruv. The door is there. You can talk to me. The phone lines of communication are open. You have an open invitation, an open, infinite invitation. Okay? Whenever you're ready. I ain't gonna force you. When you had enough, though, enough of the fuckery, enough of the suffering, enough of the sadness, enough of the guilty conscience, enough of the torment, reach out. Reach out. You know I had to. I know the song says freak out, but maybe somebody needs to make some parodies or some remixes, or I don't know what parody is. I don't know if I should use that word. I don't know what it means, but like, make some fun out of those songs. So we're finally on your last deck. 1 hour and 24 minutes as usual. At least it's not them stupid 2 hour long ones. Well, let me not call them stupid because it's very important information, but too much sitting down, bro. I don't like it. It's not even a very comfortable spot either. See, I use my skills to ask big questions, but I haven't asked one in a while, because I asked, like, what does God really think about lesbianism, for example? Because, you know, in our society, they act like lesbianism is a taboo thing, and God says, yo, as long as you're not forcing somebody to be a lesbian, it's fine, because the science itself shows you that there's no harm in that. But anal sex, whether it's with a man or with a woman, God said, nah, don't do that. That's not healthy. You know, big questions like what we really need to know as human beings, so that we can understand God and understand life, so that we can stay within the safety parameters that God has set in place for us. You know, I ask those questions. That's what I want to spend my time and my energy doing, so that we can get to know God. If I don't have a skill like this and I could tap into your shit, why would I not want to tap into God's shit? You know, I prefer to tap into God's stuff, so that we can know what we're supposed to be doing, rather than be tapping into your gossip. Okay? But you needed this anyway, so I'm going to leave that alone. But I prefer to spend my time and my energy, use my talents in that way, so that we can get to understand. And to my surprise, which I never found a problem with lesbianism, is just that I personally, is not my thing. I love man, okay? I love dick, okay? So lesbianism never appealed to me, but I never saw anything wrong with it, because it's like, it's a woman and a woman, and it's a dildo, or whatever else they're doing to each other. Where's the harm in that? But, you know, I question though, like, well, I need to question, but I wonder, like, okay, God said anal sex is wrong, whether it's with a man or a woman, but, because it's unhealthy, but, is it against God, or is it an abomination for a man to kiss a man? For a man to caress a man, like rub on a man, you know, to have foreplay with a man? I don't know. I'll probably do the reading one day and find out what God wants us to know about that. Because I found it's a little bit unfair, right? Because, so woman can be with woman, but man can't be with man? What's that about? You know? The big questions. I'm gonna have to have my own playlist for that. I did start doing it, but I think I put it in the extras playlist album. So I'm gonna have to sort that out. But yeah, shit that we wonder about, that we're not sure about, that the books tell us what they tell us, but we can't even trust the people who print the books, or the people who they what's the word? Basically, the people who decide what should be printed and what shouldn't be printed. You know, them the big man or big woman behind what is printed in our holy books. And remember, you know, holy is spelled Holy. It's not spelled Whollly. They are two different holies, you know. Something that's Holy mean there's a lot of pits. Okay? There's a lot of holes to drop into. Something that's holy, Whollly, mean that it's in its entirety. Okay, big difference. So it's like they tell you there's a lot of holes in this. There's a lot of pits for you to fall in. Be mindful how you're reading this book. Okay? But a lot of us just go in and we take whatever is in the book that justify what we're saying or what we're thinking or what we want, and we run with it, not paying attention to the actual real life effects of these philosophies and beliefs and these stories and whatnot and whatnot. So we have a lot to study and a lot to, you know, suss out. We need to hold a magnifying glass up at life. And stop just blindly following stuff and people out of fear or out of admiration. Or, no, man, make it make sense. Follow sense. Okay? Follow sensibility. And follow your soul. Develop your personal relationship with your God. Anybody see you doing anything that your God has given you authority to do, you don't have to pay attention to them. Shit, you don't like it, take it up with my boss. Okay? Give them a run, me say give them a run. He is on. He is on. Who's sending me them tunes? And another thing, y'all need to stop ruining our stars, you know. Y'all get on my nerves with that. You meet the people with their beautiful talents, you invite them into your little club, and you corrupt them, and then you just put their fire out, because now they can't really function properly because they got shit hanging over their head that they'd never had before. And plus, they got your funky mouth dipping into their fucking artistic expression, telling them what to say and how to say it and how to dress and all this shit. When you met somebody who was swaggerific and talented in the first place, and you take them and change them into some fucking tomfoolery, and make the people fall out of love with their craft and make us fall out of love with them, you need to stop that shit. If you're an investor, be an investor. You don't get to talk about what's put out artistically. You don't get to decide on the content. Okay? Especially if it's a writer or something like that. How the fuck you find them? You find them because you like what they were doing in the first place. That's how you found them. You were intrigued with their natural talents. Let the stars be who they are. Let them be true to themselves and express the beauty of their craft. Stop butting into fucking things that you know nothing about, that you shouldn't be fucking dipping your ass into. It's annoying. Every artist that start out, they start off real good. And then from the time you get into their world, all of a sudden, they can't produce anything as hot as what they... I thought you wanted money. I thought money was what you were after. You money over everything, people. If you want money, you need to let them do their thing then, innit? It's because you saw their potential for earning money in their natural habitat that you even took them on as a client. So let the people do them. They were stars. You didn't make them into stars. They were already stars before you met them. They were born that way. Allow them. Allow us. When you met us, we were fucking great. That's why you paid attention to us in the first place. We were already great. You didn't fucking make us great. You made us known to the wider audience. Big difference. You met us great. We were great without you. And your big arenas and your flashing lights and your fancy hotels, and we're still great. We were great when we were in the slums, bruv. We were great when we didn't know where our next meal was coming from. Okay? We don't need all your bullshit if it's gonna come at the cost of us not being able to express ourselves genuinely. Fuck off. We were great when we were living on the street. No roof over our fucking head. We were still fucking great. It's because you saw that greatness in us that you even paid attention to us. Whatever lowly state you found us in, we were fucking great before we met you. Remember that. And all of you stars, you need to remember that too. It's because you're great why they're paying attention to you. Shit. Forgetting who the fuck you are. They didn't make you great, they made you known. And let's not talk about making you rich, because I know that they take the bulk of the money. They're greedy. So what you should be getting for your talents, you're not getting anyway. All you're getting is a lot of exposure. A lot of people know you. You're not getting the kind of money that you should be getting for the kind of effort that you put out. I already know. It's not a secret. Any sensible person know. Because you're working with thieves. You're working with vampires. You're working with parasites. Or working for them. Okay? We already know. Yeah, okay, so your last message. We got breathing therapy. That's the subject. Breathing therapy. Alright, let's see where God is going with this. So the first thing we got to come out is pretty face therapy, yes, smile more. And then we got music therapy. Yeah. And that's just a few of the genres. I'm speaking up for every fucking genre. Leave them alone. Let the stars be stars. If you want to invest in big arenas and fucking publicity and all that, and they're willing to give you 85% of their income and they take 15 or 10% or how much ever they be taking, then that's them. Do you, innit? I don't have a problem with that part, because if they agree to it, they agree to it. But stop fucking defiling our stars. Okay? When you defile them, you take them outside of themselves. You disassociate them from their passion, their swagger. Allow them. Stop. If you want to make money, if you want to revive your music industry and all these things, fucking restore them. Nonsense. That's why your whole shit is crumbling. You're doing too much dumb shit. And you think that people are going to treat you like you really are God for real. You think you can just do anything and things are still going to be in your favor. No. The underlying issue, we got breathing therapy. Abdominals therapy. So this is talking about, I remember yesterday I was telling you to listen to 2 different types of music, because music really, it just makes things so different. It changes stuff. It's powerful. Okay. So yesterday when I was listening to Nobody wanna see us together. And then that soca part or calypso part came on that just changed my whole vibe. Like, so yeah, God is saying do more things that make you smile more. Okay, it's time to stop being sad. It's time to stop being miserable. Listen to some music, whatever it is that gives you that good vibe, and just breathe. Just breathe. So we got abdominals therapy, weight therapy, Reiki or healing. We got flower therapy, and there's that neck and chest. That's more breathing and gentle touch. You know, imagine how do you do gentle touch to deep tissue? So it's like gently reaching your soul. Be kind to yourself. Be pleasant to yourself. Take time to smell the roses. Smile. Listen to music. Dance. Do exercise. Do some yoga. It's time to heal. Stretch. That's like getting yourself out of your comfort zone. It's time to stretch yourself. Time to grow. Time to bust out of your cocoon. Time to break out of these boxes that we've built for each other. These boxes that the people of old have built for themselves that we are now coming to fucking scrunch in. We're getting all twisted out of shape and shit because the boxes don't fit us. It's not for us. So we need to sort out society on a whole. So this is talking about personal, but if every person was to sort themselves out personally, then automatically we sort out the whole of society. You know what I'm saying? That's the magic of paying attention to self. If everybody paid attention to self, with the snap of a finger, we'll set things right. Heaven is just a decision away. Heaven on earth is just a decision away. Hell on earth is just a decision away. Right now we've created a wonderful hell on earth. Now it's time to create heaven on earth. It's always a one decision away. So choose to be who you want to be. You have the freedom to be who you want to be. And if you're not sure, you talk to your God about it. You have the power to create your future. You were on a certain trajectory, but if you want to change that, you could change that right now. You could change it tonight. You could change it tomorrow. You could change it a year from now, whenever you're ready. Okay? The only thing you can't change it yesterday, because yesterday is already gone. Let that shit go. But from now on to the future, you can create the quality of life that you want for yourself and your family to enjoy. Become a new you. And when you don't like that new you anymore, change into the next you that you want to be. That's the freedom. That's the gift. You see what I'm saying? You're good. So I hope that this reading has helped you guys. Tomorrow we start our let's see. So the combination was USA, China, Montserrat, Argentina, and we had Cuba at the bottom of the deck as the underlying issue. So we're gonna find out what God wants us to know about all these things, and yeah, then I could get back to my regularly scheduled program, and yeah, I want to get more into the big questions, but I don't want to rush it though. But certain things. See, that's why it'd be good if I could have like access to the public, because then you can help me to think. But y'all got me locked out from the public. Y'all don't want people to talk to me. There's somebody here talking to me, but I'm afraid to read those comments, because usually I don't know. I just don't trust it. I don't want nobody to upset my spirit, so I'm just not going to read anything. Because I know it's only secret agents alone that are allowed to talk to me at this point in time. Well, I look forward to when you open up my thingy to just public. I want to be able to converse with the people. Let's get this ball rolling. Let's get this nice vibe going. I think it's going to be crazy, though. I'm not going to... I'm not gonna promise to fucking respond to everybody's thing. Whatever God want me to see is what I'll see, and what I want to respond to and God want me to respond to, that's who I'll respond to. So it don't mean that because you talk to me that I'm gonna be able to respond to you, because I'm not gonna live my whole life on my freaking phone. Fuck that. Okay? I got life to live. As you see, yesterday I was washing my clothes on my hands and shit. Okay? And I'm gonna have job. I have my home to look after, you know. And when I have a man, I'm gonna have my man to spend time with. I will not be on my phone just consuming myself with humanity shit. If God want me to see it, I'll see it. If I don't see it, then I wasn't meant to see it. And if I don't address it, I wasn't meant to. So yeah, I'm a different kind of influencer. I'm a different kind of celebrity. So just know that I am not your average, okay? So don't expect me to act like your average celebrity or your average influencer. Alright? When you see me outside, I don't have time to stop and talk to everybody and take pictures and stuff. I'm talking for future reference. I want y'all to know who the fuck I am. Don't do that to me, because if I'm kind of sharp with you, let you know, yo, I came out to do my shopping. If you see me out and about, obviously I came outside to do something. If you want to take a picture with me, there's a time and a place for that where they set these things. And that's the right way to do it. There's a time where you can get to take pictures with your favorite artists or your favorite celebrities and shit like that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, these people are real people. They have real families that get real upset when they're really not there. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't want their celebrity status to be coming in the way of their fucking private family life or their real life. That's some dumb shit. I'm not that type, okay? So, yeah. Well, there are a lot of shit that we need to change about our society, but here we are. We're taking the first couple of steps, starts within, to changing the shit into something that fucking works. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much for joining me. Until next time, my darlings, you take care of yourself and each other. Right here.